Okay, so what's up, guys? This is Clergyman Gray, or for this purpose, my Twitter handle, WWEcritic1. I finally started doing video reviews for both Raw and SmackDown. I said I'd start this probably about 3 months ago. A thank you to Sam15H on Twitter, or his YouTube channel, WrestlingJesus777, for actually giving me the gumption to actually start doing these. This is an unscripted and mainly unedited because, for one thing, I'm bad at editing, and it's meant to be my honest thoughts. And sorry if the quality's shitty. This is my first actual video, of course. Okay, so let's begin. So we all got the idea that Zeb Coulter was supposed to face Del Rio. Did anyone really think that was going to happen? It turned out to just be a prank to lure him out there, to injure Del Rio using crutches, whatever. You had Barrett fighting Zack Ryder, Miz on commentary at ringside. Okay, yeah, that's fine and everything. Miz says he's going to do the Skull Crusher finale, something else to him, and Barrett's like, oh yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's a stare down, Barrett wins, whatever. Ziggler and Bryan have a match. Yeah, decent match, good technicians, whatever. It's just the main thing for Big E Langston to look like he's strong, you know. Kane tries to choke slam him, but apparently Big E Langston overpowers him and just tosses him aside like a rag doll. Are we really supposed to have the impression that Big E is stronger than Kane? I mean, Kane is just one of those guys who's been in the business so long, he's already cemented, he's supposed to be a legend by now, at least in my opinion. He's just trying to put someone else over, you know? You've got Michaels and Triple H. Michaels will actually be in his corner this time, like he's supposed to be at SummerSlam, but for some reason they say Brock Lesnar broke his arm or whatever, but we all know that storyline. It was probably something else. Again, it's supposed to be Lesnar and Triple H. We all know the main focus is going to be on Michaels. Even Triple H said that he's not the showstopper like Michaels is. He's not going to be Shawn Michaels. Michaels is a cash cow. They bring him in when they're hurting for ratings. We all know they are. Triple H, don't get me wrong, he's a good wrestler. He is, but it's just time for him to hang it up, call it quits. He's done everything he really can. Lesnar, let's face it, he's a jackass. If you've seen his interviews, yes, he's no different in real life. I mean, he can't wrestle. He's got virtually no mic skills, and all he does is just dance around. Is there really anything that's going to come from this? No, there's nothing that's really going to come from this. We're going to see Triple H and Lesnar. They might have an epic match, you know, since there's no holds barred. I just don't have a lot of hope for it. I'm getting ahead of myself here. The Cena and Rock promo, what was that, you know? It's old, it's tiring. Rock and Cena both with weak promos. Rock and Cena, they don't even do it face to face. The audience started chanting, boring, boring. I was thinking that before they did that. Come on. Cena is a good person, okay, fine. Rock's a decent actor, you know. But this is wrestling we're talking about here. Rock's just not into it anymore. Cena has said himself that he is not a good wrestler. People are still going to try to sit there and tell me that Cena's the best thanks in Stone Cold. Even Rock's not at Stone Cold's level. If you look at the sales, Stone Cold has sold more merchandise than anybody in history, okay? 3MB versus Sheamus, Big Show, and Orton. Just another squash match, you know? Those are so common. I expect to see that kind of thing on SmackDown. This is Raw. It's supposed to be the final one before Mania. It's supposed to be the whole idea is making us be excited, see these matches, hope something great, and want to go and spend all our hard-earned money and go buy the pay-per-view. I'm just not interested. This is just... It's not even an average episode. There's no excitement. The Shield... Oh God, it's just basically modern day Nexus, NWO, the Core. It's like Sam said in his video. I was like, oh yeah, you guys aren't a real team. You guys can't get along. You can fool yourself to the fan by Barrett and Zack Ryder. Okay, at least Zack Ryder is back on TV. But again, it's just a squash match. Okay? It's no secret. I do not like Brodus Clay, but at least he is an okay wrestler. Tensai, his talent is being wasted with Brodus Clay. I mean, Sweet Tea was cute at first, but it's just garbage now. I've got nothing to say about Cody Rhodes or Damien Sandow. You got Sandoz with his robe, his pink trunks, and Cody's mustache. Whatever. What is Santino doing on TV? He can't wrestle. He has no mic skills. He's not funny. And why is the Cobra still around? He learned it from some guest celebrity GM or something way back when they were still doing it, which I think they might want to try experimenting with again. First, it was supposed to just be a move. Then he has a sock puppet for it. And then the whole thing with it having a persona, like it had a crush on one of the divas. Why is it still around? Why is Santino still around? There's no appeal. Okay, Fandango, Dodge Durango, Chris Jericho calls him, formerly Johnny Curtis. He can't wrestle. I mean, yes, Jericho being the person he is trying to push the character over, but this is just going to be a bigger fail than Diesel 2 the Electric Boogaloo. You know, for those of you who don't know, that was a persona they had for Kane before he was a Big Red Machine. Like, it lasted a couple weeks. It was after he was Isaac Yankum, Jerry Lawler's dentist. Johnny Curtis is an okay wrestler. Again, most of these wrestlers in the company now are just that. They're decent. But Fandango, it's an awful persona. Okay, so we've got the Bellas that are back, okay? Nicole and Brie. Sure, they're decent wrestlers. Their characters, whatever. I understand they're back trying to bring some life back to a dying Divas division. But why Cameron and Naomi? Yeah, it looked like it could have been an interesting storyline, but inside the ring, they've just got no business there. I guess the company just expects people, even especially the male fans, to be impressed because they're wearing skimpy clothes. No disrespect to them as people or women wrestlers, but they've got no business there. I mean, Caitlyn, she's a fantastic wrestler. I'll give her that. Layla, awesome. Layla's former partner, Michelle McCool, great. Even if I didn't like Kelly, my most hated diva ever, she at least had some skill, even if they just promoted her as doing stink face. I mean, even AJ can get out there and wrestle when she wants to. But honestly, with AJ, they're just making her look like a tramp, you know? Coming out there in these tight clothes, going around jiggling and everything. Please, get her back to wrestling. Everyone wanted her gone as GM. She wasn't that bad, if you ask me. I mean, yeah, there could have been better ones. Could have brought back Eric Bischoff, Ric Flair, hell, even the anonymous GM, which they never really finished. What were we supposed to believe? Hornswoggle was the GM? No. The ending with Undertaker and Punk. Punk is supposed to be the self-professed best in the world. We all know that's Jericho at this point, but he's supposed to be an outlaw, a badass. But you have Heyman dressed as Paul Bearer. It's a poor representation. It's just distasteful. Come on. The man, he's still fresh in our memories. He was a cornerstone of the company. It's just distasteful. There's some things you just don't do to sell tickets. Yeah, the Druid theme, okay, that was kind of cool. It was some nostalgia, you know, when you were a kid, you hear the Druids, the casket, Undertaker rising up again. Okay. But overall, the show just... it's just not something you expect going into WrestleMania. If you're interested, my predictions: Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, the Bellas versus Tensai, Brothers Clay, Naomi and Cameron, the mixed tag team match. I don't care. I feel the Bellas are going to win somehow, you know. They're just going to probably cheat or something, use twin magic to pull it off or something. The Intercontinental title, I want Miz to win, obviously, I do, truly. But I think Barrett will retain it just because Miz hasn't been credible for a long time now. And again, another guy whose talent is being just squandered. I've got nothing against Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is a solid wrestler, but I think Miz just needs something. He was the most must-see person at one point. He's held the WWE title before, and now they're making him like a joke. Big Show, Sheamus, Randy Orton versus Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, whatever. I may have messed up there again. I just don't care. The Shield, I just hope the Shield finally gets shut the hell up, you know? We all saw what happened with Core and Nexus. Kane and Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston, or as they've now been called, Big E and Ziggy. Okay, Daniel Bryan, he'd be better as a single wrestler. There's no question about it. Kane is tied with Chris Jericho for the #1 spot in my heart for #1 superstar ever. The way I see this going is Kane and Daniel Bryan losing because they're dysfunctional, or Big E will screw Dolph Ziggler and finally try to make a name for himself. Okay. This is perhaps the only match I'm really interested in. Mark Henry versus Ryback. I feel Henry deserves to win. He's putting a lot into the company, and he needs one more thing to finally get in there. But the writers, because he's so popular with the fans, that feed me more meat hook done. He's probably going to win, and Henry's just going to go defeated, tail tucked between his legs, Ryback, the unstoppable force. Maybe it'll be like a Passion of the Torch. Again, Ryback. He's got some potential, formerly Skip Sheffield from the Nexus, but maybe it's something, but I don't know. And yes, my avast just told me the scan's completed. Whatever. I'm not editing it out. If you don't like it, tough. Okay. Brock Lesnar and Triple H. A no-holds-barred match. That used to be something that was supposed to signal an epic match, you know? Like Shawn Michaels with his Iron Man match, okay, with Bret Hart. That was an awesome match. Some people aren't familiar with it, but it was a good match, okay? We were expecting it to be extreme and Triple H wins somehow or gets his arm broken and loses. Either way, I just hope this is the last match for Triple H. Again, he's a good wrestler, I'll give him that, but it's just time to hang it up. And again, last year when he had the end of an era match with Undertaker, that to me that's just spinning on it. It was supposed to be the end of Triple H's career. Moving on. Cena and Rock, I just don't care. I want it to be over with. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Just let Cena win, so all the Cena fanboys will just shut the hell up. Del Rio and Jack Swagger. Okay? Swagger is supposed to be the bad guy in this, and we're supposed to believe that Del Rio is supposed to be a good guy, babyface now. I'm not buying it. Just because of the simple fact that Jack Swagger is the bad guy, and it being a pay-per-view, we expect Del Rio to win. They hear the triumph, and no. Del Rio, when he first debuted, I had great hopes for him, but at this point, Ricardo Rodriguez is more interesting than he is. Have you guys seen Ricardo wrestle? Legitimately, an FCW, the training thing they have? He's a decent wrestler. Come on. What's the point in bringing Jack Swagger back to the company if they're just going to have him lose again? Chris Jericho and Fandango. Okay, yes, I'm somewhat interested just to see one of my favorites of all time, Chris Jericho. Maybe this is just a final attempt to push Fandango, and maybe he will win. Again, his character has no business being in the company. I'm not saying the person has no business being there, but the character. Some dancing pretty boy. No. Ugh. It's like Flash Funk or... Oh God, what's the guy's name? Whatever, just some other dancing pretty boy. God. Again, prediction, Jericho's probably going to take a dive to try to push him over the younger talent. That's just who he is. Jericho submitted himself in the company already. He's done everything. He comes back, and he's got enough credibility to put someone else over, but it's just a waste of time if you ask me. Okay, the biggest thing people expect out of WrestleMania, Undertaker and the illustrious streak. Do they really expect us to believe that he's going to lose? Okay, Punk's going to be the greatest of all time. He's going to beat him and end the streak. Okay, yeah. Even if he does lose, no one's really going to think any less of the Undertaker, be more for the Punk. He's going to be the greatest superstar of all time, the perfect legend to finally crush the streak. Is anyone really worthy to do that? I've got nothing really against CM Punk. I mean, I like him better straight edge. But to me, Punk just is not at that level. He's not the ultimate superstar, you know? Okay, so that's all I've got to say. I'll be doing a video review for SmackDown, and if I can get it working, I'll do one for WrestleMania. I'll probably put it up after the following Raw, just so it's not a spoiler or anything. If you've gotten this far in my video, thank you for watching, but again, I'm just not going to go and edit this. Yes, I realize this is probably a very shitty video, but again, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. This is the Critic, WWEcritic1, live from the Critic Zone. Okay, I promise that I'll try to make these videos more entertaining in the future, but there's just something for me to get my feet wet, something for me to actually get my name out there. Again, thanks to Sam, my fellow Canaanite, for actually giving me a reason to finally start doing these. Okay, so yeah, this is the point where most people say something witty or something to draw you back in. If you liked my video, thanks. If not, whatever. I'll see you guys later. Bye.